Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes.
By the turn of the millennium, Capcom had produced a plentiful amount of Versus games under their belt. Starting all the way back in 1996, with a clash between the X-Men and Street Fighter, Capcom's ambitions would grow with each instalment, expanding to not only more franchises of their own, but also Marvel. Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes, would arguably serve as the peak, adding the likes of Strider and Mega Man to the mix, while refining the gameplay to near perfection. So when Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was released in 2000, Capcom would go for the biggest fighter in crossover history. And while the overhauled gameplay may risk implosion at times, it's still a cataclysmic clash that's absolutely worth seeking out. There are some definitive changes under the hood. Instead of 2 vs 2, matches are now contested under 3 vs 3 rules. To accommodate this change, the controls have been altered considerably. Instead of powered attacks being mapped to the triggers, both can be pushed to send an ally in to assist attack. All of the face buttons serve as standard attacks, with 2 kicks and 2 punches which, in tandem with both analog and D-pad inputs, can perform special moves. A hyper combo gauge allows you to perform high damage attack strings which, if the meter is filled enough, can be tripled in damage with all 3 heroes attacking at once. Or you can delay hyper combos, allowing you to string separate hyper combos together. The action can swing between overly complex and button mashy, but it has enough pizzazz and solid fundamentals to avoid going off the rails. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 definitely goes for broke in regards to its roster size. Along with the 15 characters featured in the previous game, a whopping 41 characters have been added to the mix, running the gauntlet of both Marvel and Capcom obscurities. Along with noteworthy additions like Jill Valentine, Psylocke, and Doctor Doom, many characters return from the previous Versus games, such as Magneto, Ken, and Cammy. Then there are more outlandish additions, including Felicia and BB Hood from Darkstalkers. It's an eclectic ensemble that could risk oversaturation, but with a distinct set of characters and a range of fighting styles, it avoids tedium. Every character fills some sort of role, whether it's Cable utilising ranged attacks, Jin's razor-fast combos suppressing opponents, or just the gargantuan size of Juggernaut, you're bound to find a style of character you love. Aside from a noticeable duplicate of Wolverine and some similar movesets, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 balances its gargantuan roster well. The only slight disappointment comes in the modes of play. Arcade mode provides an 8-stage test of your skills, but even on the lowest difficulty, the AI can become excruciating towards the end. This, coupled with a lack of traditional arcade endings, can diminish the appeal. There's also a score attack, which suffers from the same issues, as well as a training mode to help you understand the complex sequences of combos. Of course, Versus also makes an appearance, which is a riot to play with other people. Most of your time spent, however, is exploring the vault of unlockables in Secret Factor. This allows you to unlock characters, colour schemes for each fighter, and stages to use in Versus. Everything you do earns points, including training, hyper combo finishes, and victories. It's an addictive system which definitely motivates you to sink time into all of Marvel vs. Capcom 2's modes. A traditionally attractive series, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 may be the best looking 2D fighter out there, thanks to some outstanding sprite design, animation, and an eye-popping mix of 2D fighters with 3D backgrounds. These backgrounds are rich in colour, feature a ton of moving parts, and really spice up the game. The performance, like many Capcom arcade ports to Dreamcast, is fantastic at emulating the arcade to near perfection. Outside of maybe Soul Calibur, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is one of the best looking fighters to grace Sega's console. The sound, on the other hand, is perhaps one of the strangest to grace a fighter. While the fighting effects and soundbites are all respectable, the music, subverting the use of hard rock and techno from previous games, goes for an almost jazzy lounge soundtrack. It proved divisive at the time, and while the quality of music is down to personal preference, it's hard to admit that it belongs in a fighting game. It feels out of place. In the end, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a great fighter that, while perhaps not quite as good as its predecessor, still plays with great fluidity and style. The action is definitely more frenzied, thanks to the addition of 2 more characters in battle and a reliance on air combo chains, but it avoids going completely off the wall with deep fighting mechanics that are easy to learn yet incredibly hard to master. It can devolve into button bashing at points, and some of the modes can come off as a touch unrefined, but it's not enough to spoil this larger-than-life crossover. Fans of both franchises, as well as a fighter that's particularly fun in multiplayer, would do well to seek this one out.
Combo finish. KO. You win.
So